Usually we are back in business, and of course, as you can see today, we have one of the best cars in the Kenyan market. Now, if you're tired of the very popular Toyota Corolla Axio, you don't like the Subaru Impreza G4, and maybe you don't like the Nissan Selfie, Mazda has decided to give you a new car in the market, and it is a Mazda 3. Now, remember, Mazda gives you petrol options, and also you can get diesel options. Today, I want us to look at this Mazda 3 2019 model Sky Active D diesel. And what we know about Mazda's diesel is fuel economy. Now this car gives you an average of 20 to 22 kilometers per liter, but if you're driving in the highway, you can get up to 26 kilometers per liter, which is very crazy. And yes, that is what Mazda does. Now this car is the chief competitor to the cars that I've mentioned: Toyota Corolla Axio, 2019 Toyota Corolla, be it Sport or the Touring, and of course the Nissan Selfie and Subaru G4. Now, if you don't like those cars, Mazda will give you something very different from what those other cars are offering in terms of safety, fuel economy, and also in terms of interior quality. And in terms of design, I think Mazda usually nails it. Now, we'll do a quick 360-degree view of the vehicle, and then of course we'll get down to the specs. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, please consider subscribing to this amazing YouTube channel. We do showroom walkarounds, and we also do solo car reviews. We show you some awesome cars like this, and also beautiful cars like this Mazda CX-5. But today we're just measuring on this Mazda 3. It's a diesel powered by a 1.8 liter turbo. The taillights are good, full LEDs on the back side. There is no bulbs on this. It's a Mazda with Sky Active D technology. Of course, we say it's a Mazda 3. A number of sensors on the back side to ensure that you're pretty safe and you can actually park the car safely without hitting at the back side. We have some large 18-inch alloys which actually look pretty good. Low profile tire over here. In terms of the side profile, the car is a bit short, but you get adequate space in the boot section, in the rear seats, and also in the front row. And of course you get some bit of chrome on the top side. LED turn signals with blind spot monitoring system over there. On the front side you also get some nice looking tires, and on the front section you get a beautiful design. Look at this. This is what Mazda does. You have the Mazda Kodo design, which is a blueprint to what Mazda designs in their cars. Now on the front you have this beautiful grille over there, a number of sensors on that side, a front facing camera which is just tucked in below the where the grille starts. Right here there's a front facing camera right there. And of course, in terms of headlights, Mazda usually nails it. Now you have these full LED headlights. Of course, as you can see, you have the main projector headlight at the center. Around it you have your daytime running lights. Inside there you have two mini projector headlights to ensure that the headlights are adaptive. Also you have turn signal on the top side, which is of course full LED, and that is what Mazda is doing to almost all their vehicles. No fog lights on this, but in case you like it, you can put it inside there because you have this empty space on this side. You might think it is an air vent, but it's just a space for you to explore. So that is generally how the Mazda looks like from the outside. And now let us take a sneak peek of the interior, and then of course we'll come back and talk about everything. Keyless entry, of course, for Mazda. And starting from the door, everything looks right. The interior looks good. Look at this. Some nice quality interior, some nice quality seats, electrically adjustable. The seats are also heated. And also at the back side, the car looks smaller, but you get some decent spacing. Even though you don't get the largest sitting space at the back, the seats are good quality. So you'll have to decide between comfort and sitting space. But generally what I think about Mazda is that they are actually nailing everything that they are doing. Leather steering wheel, some nice quality on the controls on the infotainment, on the steering wheel, paddle shifters, a mix of analog and digital clusters over there. A new Mazda Connect infotainment system, which is a bit larger right now as compared to the old versions. Centralized AC controls, some nice leather over there. You also have this gear shifter for your 6-speed automatic transmission, among several other things. And generally I think Mazda or they actually know what they want. Now let us get down into the actual specs of the vehicle, and if you have not subscribed to this point, kindly make a point of doing that. Now this is a 2019 Mazda 3 Sky Active D diesel. So you get a 1.8 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine that gives you some awesome 115 horsepower and 270 Newton meters of torque. All that power is transferred to the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission, which is actually very robust. Now, the advantage that the automatic transmission has over the other transmission systems that you get in the likes of Toyota, maybe Toyota Corolla Axio and Nissan Sylphy, is that Mazda uses an automatic transmission while the other two cars uses a CVT transmission, which is still very good, but in case of any damage, the CVT transmission is not forgiving. The automatic transmission from Mazda is straightforward. In case of any damages, it is very easy to correct it and also to repair it. Also, in terms of replacement, an automatic transmission is easy to walk around it as compared to a CVT transmission. Now, an automatic transmission also, I think it's a bit smoother than the CVT transmission, which at times may feel a bit elastic, but in terms of response, the CVT might be faster, but in the long run, an automatic transmission is what you guys are looking for. Now, about the diesel engine is that we have the pros and cons. We'll talk about the pros. About the diesel engine is that you get low high-end torque, which means driving in hilly places or when overtaking other vehicles, you are on point. It's very easy to overtake other cars when the torque is always delivered as required. If compared to the petrol, petrol might be a bit lacking in terms of torque, especially for a car that does not have a turbo. So this one has an added advantage. If you're driving in hilly places, you can overtake anyway, anyhow you feel like. Another good thing about a diesel is that you get good pulling power in case if you want to pull other cars out of tight situations. The diesel will give you an extra power to do that. And another third thing about the diesel is that you get excellent fuel economy, or maybe I should have said that is the most important thing about a diesel engine: excellent fuel economy. A 1.8 liter petrol engine versus a 1.8 liter diesel engine will give you different fuel economy. For petrol, maybe you can get around 16 to 15 kilometers per liter, but for Mazda diesel you get up to 23, 24 or 25 kilometers per liter, and in some documents it says on a highway you can get up to 30 kilometers per liter of diesel on a Mazda. And I'm not surprised, because for a 2.2 liter turbo diesel Mazda CX-5 you can get up to 25 kilometers per liter if you drive nicely on the highway at cruising speeds. So I'm not shocked when Mazda said you can get 30 kilometers per liter on a 1.8 liter turbo diesel. Okay, now I want to show you some of the things that will make you buy this Mazda 3 over the other cars, that is the Subaru G4, Toyota Corolla Axio, and maybe the Nissan Sylphy. In terms of quality, this car is top quality. All the materials used are top material, starting from the lighting system that Mazda uses is usually made of LEDs, unlike the other cars which still utilizes a mix of LED and bulb technology, especially on the Nissan Sylphy and on the Toyota Corolla Axio. Mazda is always premium. All the features are premium, and in this case we started with the headlights. From what you're seeing there, you have your LED turn signals over there. This is your reverse light, and of course you have your brake lights, and in general you can also get some nice looking tail lights. So that is what you get in a Mazda. Okay, in terms of the headlights also, you get full LEDs. We've talked about that. Now with Mazda, you get, most of the time you get projector headlights. Of course, here at the center is where you get your projector. Around it is the daytime running lights, which are also full LEDs, and on the inside you get smaller projector headlights for easy adaptability, and when cornering you don't get blinded. Now that's what Mazda usually uses in all their cars. On the top side you get additional daytime running lights, which of course you can still use as your turn signals. Those were on, but about batteries and all that, we've decided to switch it off. Now everything else in a Mazda looks good. In terms of design, the grille looks modern, unlike the Mazda Axel. I think this one looks a bit larger, more refined, some good quality material here. And also in terms of designing, this one looks much better. You have some chrome finishing on it, which is still very much okay. A number of sensors embedded in the front grille, front facing camera also there, which is slightly tucked into these parts. In case you hit something, this cover will protect your front facing camera from taking all that damage. On the lower side, it looks good. You have a normal front bumper, even though it's a bit low. I think it's still very much okay. Now let us talk about the quality of the wheels also. From what you are looking at, some nice alloys here. They look to be some good quality on these wheels. Shiny material right there. It makes the car look more premium, which is actually what we are looking for. In terms of tires, the Dunlop tires are very good, and of course, even if a car comes with Dunlop tires, over time you'll have to change the tires for some other type of tires that you may prefer. Now, in terms of quality again, Mazda uses the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs on the front side, but this time round on the back side, Mazda ditched the multi-link suspension system for the torsion beam suspension system. The torsion beam is not the best, but in terms of saving cost and weight, the torsion beam is better in terms of that. But when it comes to comfort, stability, and maybe steering, it might not be the best, but Mazda made sure that it is finely tuned to ensure that you get the best out of the torsion beam suspension system at the backside. The torsion beam suspension system performs better also on weight handling. In case you have some good weight on the backside of the vehicle, the torsion beam suspension system will be able to handle that quite nicely. Let us now check the interior, because that's what you guys want to see in terms of the quality, in terms of the materials used, and generally how the car is. I would say Mazda nailed it. Everything looks good, everything looks to be in its place. If you were to compare this to maybe the Mazda Axela, I think there's some bit of changes, especially on the door. So many things have changed. In the Mazda Axela, for example, this speaker is located on the top side. In the Mazda Axela, the speaker was located somewhere down here. Also, the storage space on the lower side is a bit larger now as compared to the Mazda Axela. Right here, you have a new design also on the door controls that you get here. Also on the armrest, there's so much difference, and also you get leather finish on this side with beautiful stitches, a lot of chrome over there. Door locks are located here now, chrome plated door handles. So I would say so many things have changed from the previous Mazda Axela to this Mazda 3. And also in terms of quality, as comparing it to the other cars like Nissan Sylphy, Subaru Impreza G4, and Toyota Corolla Axio, I'll say this Mazda beats all those cars hands down. Now, the interior also is where most of the things have changed. Let us talk about the seats. In the Mazda Axela, we majorly got fabric seats, black fabric seats. But for the Mazda 3, I think there's so much color to choose from. This white finish. In another video, we saw a red Mazda 3 with red finishing. We've seen black leather, we've seen brown leather. So with Mazda 3, there's so much options to choose from. The seats are perforated right now with some good quality leather. If you look at the leather nicely, you'll realize that this is some good quality leather material. And also you get some beautiful stitches all over to ensure that the material that you're getting here is top quality. Electric seat adjustments also is an added advantage over what you get in the other cars. For Nissan Sylphy, of course, most of the time you'll get manual seats. Subaru Impreza, also you get manual seats. And for Toyota Corolla Axio, electric seats is not an option for them. Most of the time it's all manual. Now, in terms of the dashboard, how everything is, for Mazda, so many things have changed. The design that you get here, you have now some leather finish over here, some nice stitches, larger air vents over here. All these are air vents. You have a different design in terms of the Mazda Connect infotainment system. I know we're used to the one which was hanging somewhere here. This time round, this one is tucked a bit into this section here for Mazda, and I think it's pretty good. Everything looks good. You have modern features. You also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with software updates. The clusters on this, you get a mix of full digital and analog. So in terms of clusters, you have a mix of analog and digital clusters. The RPM meter is analog. The speedometer is full digital because it shows you in terms of numbers and not the meter. The top mileage on this is 87,000 kilometers mileage, and of course you have these fuel gauges, which is in analog. So that is actually what most people are looking for, and also it feels so good as compared to the other cars. Now you have the Mazda Connect infotainment system, which of course, as you can see, that's how it is. That's what you get. It looks better. Everything looks so nice. Modern features, and yeah, that is pretty much straightforward and okay. And unlike the previous Mazda infotainment system, which uses some red finish, I think this one has better quality, and also in terms of navigating through it, it's straightforward. You can even change the language of the vehicle when everything is actually nice. So that is an added advantage over the old Mazda Axela. You also get additional features right here. You have your idling stop, traction control. You can activate your sensors from here, 360-degree view of the car on this side. And the seats also comes with 2 memory seat settings, and of course you can open the tailgate from this section. Yeah, so that is basically some of the things that you get in the Mazda 3 that were not available in the Mazda Axela. The steering wheel is also leather wrapped, which is a nice feature for this Mazda. And another advantage also is that this leather steering wheel can be heated using this button here. So that is very thoughtful of Mazda. Paddle shifters is also available. This car can be driven in manual mode. It is an automatic transmission, which means transitioning to a manual transmission is straightforward. Paddle shifters on either side of the steering wheel. Adaptive cruise control on the right side of the steering wheel, and controls for the infotainment system on the left side of the steering wheel. The car also comes with heads-up display, which is located there. That's very much okay. You have manual steering wheel adjustments located here. You have your push start button, centralized AC controls with these rotary controls right here, and also you still get these physical touch buttons here. For this Mazda, the seats are heated, not cooled. The seats are only heated, which of course you can use this button to hit the front passenger seat, and this button here to hit the driver's seat. So those are some of the things that are good in this Mazda. The center console is nice. You have a large center console. Remember, in the Mazda Axela, there was all this console was not available. It was just an empty space all the way to the lower side, but it gave you an added advantage of more space as compared to this. Now this one looks better, it looks more refined. You get more control over what is located here, and on the edges you have this soft rubbery material here. I think it's some soft plastic with some nice stitches on them. Storage space right there. I have 2 cup holders on this section, which you can of course close it like that. Gear shifter for this manual transmission. If you lock your transmission, you can pop this side and you can unlock it. Rotary controls for the infotainment system right there. You also get electronic parking brake, controls for the infotainment system. You have this large armrest which slides all the way to the front side to enclose this part, which means you get a larger armrest, or you can push it back to reveal this large storage space. You get USB slot, HDMI port, 12 volt output also on that side, which is pretty much okay. And I think that's what Mazda does. They nail everything the way they want. On the top side you have digital rearview mirror. On this side you get notifications of which passengers have not put on their safety belts, lighting for the interior, speaker on the top side, and you get this beautiful front passenger seat here, which looks amazing. So the car drives nicely, as you can see there. We'll continue with the review. Okay, so let us continue. Let us finish with the back side. From the door, everything looks good. The door is smaller, which means you can tell you how much space is available at the back side. Storage space, power door control over there, leather finish, and also you get some additional chrome and a nice speaker. Now the back side is also pretty good. You get some good quality leather seats over here. The seats unfortunately on the back sides are not heated or no cooled, which is still very much okay. I love the perforations. I love the quality of the material that you get on the seats. Also on the headrest, everything looks good, nice and easy. Drop down armrest with 2 cup holders. In terms of sitting, it's a bit too low, but a bit more comfortable. At least I can tuck in my legs inside there. If you're if you're a tall person, maybe that would be a bit of a challenge, but it's very much okay for someone of my size. No air vents on the back side, which is okay, still very much okay. And you have additional pockets over there to put a few things here and there. And then of course from the back, this is what you get to see on the front side. Now let us check the boot section, and let's call it a day. Now the boot section is open from this side. You have to press that button which opens the tailgates. So this is the tailgate. It pops this way. You get this nice finish over here, and of course you get some decent spacing, up to 400 liters of space on the back side, which is very much okay. And of course if you need to fold the rear seats, you pull these levers to ensure that all those seats are folded for you to get up to 900 liters of space. Otherwise on the back side, everything else looks okay. Look at these accessories for your wheels, everything is in place. So that's it about this Mazda. If you need a very practical vehicle, and if you don't fancy all the others, then you can go for this. The asking price for this Mazda 3 is a cool 2.5 million shillings, and of course 2.4 million shillings, and of course the price is very much negotiable. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.